to
100,
that.
I think 100 grand, 125 grand will make that property worth the 800. I was going to put a tin roof on. I was going to borrow on it, put a tin roof on it, and vinyl siding. Some of the 105 wood boards on there, I believe, are original from when it was built. It's got original hardwood floor in there. I think it's valuable. I thought about taking up some of the floor in front. I was looking for buyers for the wood itself.
Yeah, I mean, let me just run through the flippers math with you real quick, just so like you have an understanding. Someone offer you 90, like I don't know what the heck they were doing. Screw those people. Like they're just cutting at your knees. Like that's a joke. That's not even realistic.
They're a developer. They're a developer. They want to demolish the house and build two little cookie cutter houses. Value. Yeah, it's what's been happening through the neighborhood is they put these little cookie cutter little beach houses. They're about 20 feet wide, 40 foot long, 2-story. They have a garage underneath. They paint them bright pink and orange, and it's what they did to the beach. They're ruining the neighborhood. They're taking it, and that's what they want to do to my house. The developer, I think his name is Steve. He offered me 90 a year ago, and I didn't even respond to him.
Right. Well, the math that I see, the way that it works, let's say we can get 800. Let's say it takes 115, so we'll split between the 100 and 125. Let's say it takes 115 to get up there. Other costs that are associated that people don't think about is like closing costs with you, closing costs on the back end once we sell it to a homeowner, the agent fees that are associated with it, the buyers and the seller side, the holding costs of the time that it takes to actually fix it up while we're holding taxes, insurance, and all the other stuff. All those fees, I usually account about 12%. So all that being said, if we could get 800,000, we got to put 115,000 in it, and then we have the 12% of all those closing costs and holding costs. If I gave you 650 right off the rip, I'm negative $86,000.
Well, that sounds good.
Right. So I mean, I think I flip someone that's going in and they're going to put in that money to get top dollar for it. Someone's going to want to probably make at least 15% on their money. So that being said, the number that like probably you're going to get hit with, it's like a reasonable actual cash offer, is you're probably getting hit between like 420 and 445. Yeah, 445 at the bottom end.
Bottom end about 450.
Yeah, like I don't think anybody's going to go any higher than 450. You're sitting at like less than a 15% margin, or you're 14.25. Something this extensive, like you want to be pretty on the dot at 15.
Yeah, and I'm still going back and forth about doing an appraisal on it. I haven't done that yet because I've been wanting to clean it up a bit first.
And I mean, it sounds like you got a lot of different. To me personally, it sounds like you want to keep it. It sounds like you really don't want to give it away. You just don't want to deal with the headache of dealing with the process of keeping it.
Well, it's just sitting there. I mean, it's kind of a liability. It's costing me with if I have keep it insured and stuff. It's just an empty house, and I don't know if I want to live there, and I don't know if I want my wife surely doesn't want to live there. And I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation. It's kind of a curse. I don't know whether to sell it or keep it, and I'm trying to look at possibilities both ways and whatnot.
Right. I mean, if you kept it, another option is you could use it as a rental, right? I mean, that's a headache in and of itself, but that is an option. There are things renting over there, left and right. Clearly see that.
Yeah.
You could probably get somewhere between 24 and 2,700 in rent, maybe 21.
Yeah, we'll probably have to. I'm thinking about it. I'll probably have to borrow and spend some time fixing it up, but I probably could get it rented out.
Right. I mean, I think that we can make this work. I mean, obviously we would get our due diligence and everything done, but I think around the 420, 430, I would be willing to take a swing at this thing, at least get some eyes on it and start a process on it. But I mean, is 420 solving what you're wanting?
420. Well, I was wanting to get like at least 5.
Right.
But maybe. Well, I mean, I can't. Then that kind of. See, I feel like I'm getting only getting half. If it could sell, has the potential to sell for 8 something, and I'm getting 4 something, I feel like I'm only getting half of what it's worth.
No, you could get 8. You just got to put $115,000 into it and deal with
100 into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just go hire the crews and become an investor at that point.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, my neighbor, the developer guy, he's got this right of first refusal shit on whatever that is.
Oh, you're under contract with him?
Well, he went down to the county and filled something out, and he has like anybody who wants to buy, anybody who makes an offer on the property, he gets to counter offer that or something. I'm not sure how it works.
That's weird. How does he get that right? How does he have any stake in that house? Is it an HOA
Well,
kind of thing?
No, it's just something in North Carolina. Something in North Carolina. It's called right of first refusal. You go down to the county and file something, and then if somebody wants to sell their property, that person who filled out that paperwork, they get the first. They get to make the decision if they want. I don't know how it works, how it's legal, but that's how they do it.
That's interesting.
Like if a family wanted to buy it and had 500 cash and was going to hand it to me, he's got this thing like legally. He gets to go up and say, "I'm going to give you 510," and then he'll give me 510 and outbid the other person, and then destroy the house and build his two little cookie cutter houses.
So you would have to go with him.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have a choice. I have to. Yeah,
That's
I have to. I have to.
that's crazy. I
Yeah,
gotta look into right of first refusal. I've not
yeah.
heard
Google
that.
it. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in North Carolina. It's like it's not the same in Texas. See, I grew up in Texas, in Grand Prairie, Dallas County, and I moved here in '05 with my dad, and I got married, and it's just it's crazy up here.
Hmm. Yeah, how it works: property owner promises that if they decide to sell, the holder of the right of refusal gets the first chance to match a third-party offer or a pre-agreed market formula. And they get a chance to match it, but I mean, even if they match it, I think you still get to decide who you go with. I don't know how someone could force you to sell your house to somebody.
Yeah,
We're in America. I don't know. That
yeah,
sounds crazy.
something. Like,
Yeah, I would have to look more into that one, but it seems like they have the chance, the first chance to match a third party. So if you had multiple offers come in, they have the right to have an offer presented. I'm not a lawyer. Don't go with me with what I'm saying.
yeah.
I don't see how you could force somebody to sell their house to someone they don't want to
Um,
sell their house to.
but well, he's done it. He's a developer he's a Yankee. He's from up north, and he's done it with all the houses down Main Street. He started at the beginning. He's gone all the way down. He's about 2/3 of the way down, and he's stuck at my house. He's been trying to get this place for 10 years, and me and my dad
Fudged.
haven't wanted to give it to him.
Right.
Yeah, and he wants to make two little houses and sell them, and then buy the next house and do the same, and just go all the way down the. I don't know. It's just what he does. He's got more money and more power than I do.
Right.
And of course, I'd love to live there and raise my kid there, but it's the neighborhood is grown up and stuff. And like I said, I'm out here on a couple acres, and I got a little farm and stuff. And I don't know if I can go back to suburb life like that.
Right. Yeah, they're cookie cutter right next to each other to an extent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, David, sounds like you got some thinking to do. Talk it over with your wife. I mean, I think if you're trying to get more money in your pocket, going with an agent's always going to be your best route. And maybe you just had a crappy agent. I'll say just
Well,
because you go to
I hate
one,
to say that about her. I hate to say that about her, but she's not the best. But,
yeah, don't go with friends and family with business matters.
um,
That's
I was
the
always afraid that a real estate agent would take a huge cut.
Yeah, but an investor's going to take more of a cut. But we're taking on more risk. If
Uh,
I always say, if you're worried about an agent making money, I'm going to make more money than an agent, but I'm taking on the risk and the work. You can do the same thing. You can do what an agent does. Put it up on for sale by owner and vet and go through and see how annoying that is and how frustrating it is and how beneficial it is to actually have a good agent to move your property.
yeah, see, I don't know nothing about. See, I would just take the calls and show the house or whatever, and I read about all kind of open houses, all kind of legality. I don't. It's more than I want to put up with.
Right. And that's why you pay for that kind of service or you pay for that expertise, so to say.
Yeah.
I mean, if we flip a property, I'm 100% going to get the best agent that I know to make sure I list it because I understand they're worth their weight in gold for the good ones.
Yeah, I've always there's a bunch of empty properties on Main Street. I thought about borrowing and buying or selling and buying. Uh, there's a couple empty lots. Uh, they're ripe for development.
And that guy hasn't bought them?
Not yet.
Interesting.
There's one. I think it's on the corner of Yadkin. I think one on the corner of Main. I think one is 70 and one is 80. What I read is you should buy all the land that you can get in the area and immediately double the value, sell value.
I don't deal with
And
land too much. So,
somebody will buy it.
yeah, I mean, they're not making more land. So the problem
Yeah,
is you hold on to it and hope. If you see things coming in the way, then yeah, that's when it makes sense too. 10 years from now, and then they're developing all through there. Absolutely.
but if I was younger and more aggressive, I'd invest a lot, do a lot of stuff. But married and with a kid, I think I want to get the most I can and put it in a CD or a trust.
Yeah,
And
the older you get, the
have
less
that
risk you want. You want
monthly, yeah, I want that monthly interest. I just want to homeschool my kid, live on a farm.
right. Well, I mean, Dave, where do you think your head's at? What do you think you need to see? What do you think you'd like to? I don't know, where are you thinking what you're leaning towards right now?
Well, I think, 4 something is or something is a good offer I need to consider. And I should probably check some other offers and routes and stuff, and so I can maximize this potential for my offspring.
Okay. When do you want me to check back with you?
I say a month probably. So I drag my feet.
What do you think you'll have accomplished in a month?
Well, I'm gonna try to get an appraisal on it. I'm trying to dig up some money, get an appraisal on it, and then I'm gonna try to see if I can get I might talk to agents, but I might just put up a for sale sign like you're saying and see what kind of phone calls I get. But I might go ahead and get a real estate agency. And I don't know if I got to pay them anything. If they come over and they do all this work, and then I'm like, oh, well, I don't need you. I wonder if I owe them anything.
They get paid on the sell, but the thing is you're going to sign a listing agreement. And so then if you sell within the time period of that listing agreement, they're going to get a commission.
Well, maybe I should call this. I think a big thing they have around here is Martha Gentry. I think is a big name real estate.
I mean, at the end of the day, what's the most important thing to you with the sell of this?
Well, I mean, I do think I should probably sell it. I hate to do it because it's been in my family, and I feel like it makes me a sellout. I need the money to, and I probably get like $2,000 a month. If I get $500,000, I get that put up. And that's a sacrifice my family did and stuff. I get that, I put it up. I should get like $2,000 a month. CD, if all the math works out. And I'm gonna put in chicken stuff. I'm gonna put in more gardens. I'm gonna put in fruit trees. I'm gonna homeschool my kids. It's gonna cost about $600 a month to homeschool her. Then I gotta get a little. I don't know. I'm just gonna better. I'm gonna better the quality of life that my family has will be increased as well. Like monthly income, I get to spend time with them. I'll have a nest egg for any potential problems or investments. I've been thinking about it for a couple of years and going back and forth on it. I might do the renter thing, but I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, what happens if you don't sell this? I mean, how does that look like?
Well, if it doesn't ever sell and it doesn't ever rent, I've got to get a job. I got to work and pay some stuff around here, and I got to pay the taxes and insurance on that. And it's just going to sit empty for years and years until until we move into it, or until that's what I was thinking about the equity thing. But I keep reading different things.
If you pull the equity, you're going to have a payment. So the only thing that makes sense to pull the equity for is to do the repairs and then try to get top dollar.
Well, there's that, but there's a home equity agreement where they'll give me like 80%, whatever it's appraised at.
Yeah, 80% loan value.
They'll give me 80% cash, and then I don't have to pay them or talk to them for like 20, 30 years. And then at that time, then I got to pay all of it or sell it or just give them the house. So, in 20 years, I could probably come up with the money or figure something out, work something out. And if not, then it's just gone. But until, I can get if it's valued at 6, I could get $5. I get 5, get my 5 and put it up and live my life and just have that house sitting there. And I might could rent it. I might could sell parts or whatever, and then it's something I don't have to deal with immediately. I get cash up front and I don't have to deal with it, and I still kind of own it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like with most home equity loans, you're going to have a monthly payment. I don't think it's just like, oh yeah, here's some cash and go through. Like you can do a cash out refinance, but if you do that, what that ends up being is you're basically taking out a mortgage. It's a lien against the property. Because that's what secures it. So now you're going to have a mortgage. So you have a monthly payment, which then like if you rent it, let's say your monthly payment, on $500,000 is going to be pushing towards like $2,500 a month. So like cash flow wouldn't exist with renting.
Well, it's something you'll have to Google. It's something I was reading, and it's something I'll talk about it, and then I get commercials on my YouTube feed or on my Facebook commercials.
They're listening to us.
They most definitely. They say it's a home equity agreement, and it's a company that purchases a portion of your equity for future sale, and they give you a lump sum, and they want time to pass because they want the property to appreciate. And at the end of the time, they say, give me all that money back plus interest, and if you can't, then just give me the house. And that's usually what happens. But it works out for older people. They also have reverse mortgages here. Like if I was 60, a company would buy it from me. I could even live there. A company would buy it from me, and they would pay me I don't know, 1,500 a month for 20, 30 years until I died, and then they'd get the property and they'd have it, and it's all kind of resale, all kind of companies trying to snag properties.
Yeah, they
Trying
just want to tag. They want to be a part of it. They want to get their name on the deed somehow, or have some sort of
yeah.
attachment with a note.
Some, I don't know. I own it outright. It's valuable. It's historical. I think it's valuable. I think it's got good bones. It's in a good place. The population's growing. I think I have something worth some value, and I just want to use that for my family.
All right.
I can't be, if my neighbor gave me five, at the end of the day, I got five. My neighbor is going to make $2 million. And how he has a house side by side. If he sells his current house, he'll make $3 million.
Do you care what he makes if you get what you need?
Kind of. He's making money on me.
Well, then you do the work.
But I can't. I don't have the means to do what he can. I don't have the resources to do what he can do.
Right. So I mean, if you get what you need out of it, I mean, we could make our house into a rocket ship and go to the moon and be Elon Musk. But it's like I don't have the skill set to do that. I don't have the knowledge or the capital to do it. I guess I hear that a lot. I'm not trying to bash you on it. I get what you're saying, but it's like at the end of the day, he's got the skills and the know-how to turn that into the 2 million. And like you have the means to do that too. And if you'd like to do it, you could. But it sounds as though that's not in the wheelhouse. And so what is in the wheelhouse is you do have a house, you have equity, you have means to tap into that equity so you can get your kid homeschooled, so you can, actually be retired and not deal with tenants and literally just feel comfortable. I will advise, don't do a reverse mortgage. Those things are traps. Your kids will be, yes, like just look up the cons of reverse mortgages. There's a lot more cons than there is positives. Anytime you have debt, the debt doesn't just like go away. It gets passed down to somebody. So like you want to make sure you talking about the CDs and like putting stuff into investments to where it's growing still and you can tap into it. That's great. Don't do this reverse mortgage crap. Don't do these little HELOC things where 20 years from now you're like, I'll be able to make that money then, and now you're older and you don't have the means to. Now what?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of the HELOC ads.
You're going to have a payment, and you're going to need to be able to make that payment. And you can't make the payment you can't pay your credit card with the credit card. You're just digging a hole. Now, if you use that money to invest into the property and appreciate the value and then sell it, that's a good use of that money for a HELOC. What it's not good for is to live off of, because that HELOC will have to get paid. And if it's not paid, it will be paid by somebody.
Yeah.
It's either it's either the future you or your future people.
My dad in Texas bought a house for $50,000, and 10 years later he sold it for $70,000. And I looked up that house recently, and the house is worth $250,000 now.
100%.
It's the same old house.
From the time we were 5 years old, we should have put $10 into the S&P 500 every single month. And if we would have all did that and consistently did that, we'd all be millionaires sitting at the age of like 40 or 50. But the problem is we don't do that. We don't hold it. We don't keep it. All those strategies are all out there. They're all options. We're not disciplined enough to do them, and we don't do them. We can't look at the hindsight of like, oh, I should have. And all I'm saying to you is like, your neighbor can make $2 million, and that's great. And if you can get your 500 and that solves what you're needing, that's freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, I can't really knock the option. Me and my wife are looking into appraisers that can come in and do it. I kind of wanted to put a coat of whitewash on it to maximize the value.
I will say, if you do these little tiny repairs here and there, it's not going to add that much value. Where it would add value with those little repairs is if you're listing it on the market. Like if you clean it up and like touch it up just a little bit, that will add some value for a homeowner. And investor wise, if like you're like, let me put in a little bit of work and then an investor will pay me more, most of the time no, because whatever you do, we're probably going to come back and redo it anyway. So I would say if you're going to sell it to an investor, don't dump any money into it unless you're going to actually just do all the work and then try to get top dollar. You're going to be wasting money at that point. The other aspect is, and Dave, I think you got the option. I would let's do this. I'll call you back in a month because it sounds like you got some really big thinking to do. Get an appraisal done just so you feel confident. You know what it's worth. You can make sure you have an understanding of like what your options are. Contact an agent. An agent's going to sell you like, oh yeah, we can sell this for top dollar and this and this and this, and you might go and sit for 4 or 6 months and nothing moves. And with price reductions, that might happen. Who knows? If your goal is top dollar, go with an agent. If your goal is just to be done with it and get your hands clean of it, go with an investor. But you got to make sure that you're going to sell it to an investor where we need to buy it at a price that makes sense to where we can make some money on it.
Yeah, I can see that.
So let's do this, Dave. You got some thinking to do. I'll put you in my system. If you can't tell, I'm pretty relentless on follow up. Like I'm gonna text you back.
Well, that's a very good business model to have, dude.
Yep. But I'll follow back up with you in the next couple of weeks.
It sounds good, man. I really appreciate your information and taking time to speak with me.
Absolutely, Dave. You take care, brother. If I can help you with anything, let me know.